Bronsolino, fuck that sitting down rap type shit, man. I stand up 'cause I'm a motherfucking man. And I'm motherfucking hot, yeah. Keep it. I'm on the third floor, your glasses in the basement. You know what that means. You gotta hit the three.
Yo, what's going on, Full Heel Podcast? I believe we are live on this Wednesday. What's today? The 9th?
Somehow.
Yes, the 9th. I want to welcome my guest, Frank Mysterio Jr., on this cold-ass Wednesday night.
It is freezing in Chicago.
Yes. Thank you for joining me after work, after getting out of work.
Thanks for having me. It was
Gotta
quite a
suck.
trip, but always worth it.
Quick little smoke session, little podcast. Talk about some MMA since we haven't had any MMA in these past 2 weeks. Actually, when was the last time you were on? You haven't been on a while. I haven't had a fight companion in a while.
No, I missed the Jones fight. I was here for... Fuck, what was the pay-per-view before that? In early December. I was here in early December. Who fought on the 4th? That was...
Oh, the Ortega.
Oh, yeah, Ortega got demolished by Max Holloway.
Yes.
All right, that's the last time I was here. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, which was a while back. How was your Christmas?
Oh, man.
Did you get anything good?
Yeah, I got some good stuff, man. The older you get,
You're
the
on the
more
spot,
you
bro.
appreciate simple stuff, right? Like,
Yeah, I actually got a lot of cool stuff, but this year I actually got something. You don't want something simple. You want something that, I don't know, like a video game system, a cool ass toy. You know, something from you were a kid that makes you nostalgic. I got this.
simple shit.
I got this $100 helmet. It makes no sense. It's $100. It lights up and I can put it on, but that's about it.
It's awesome.
So,
It's awesome.
Son Caesar, next time you come ready, cocksucker. Because you getting it. I'm going to come at your neck, spin hot fire like Dylon. I just showed you a little bit of what me and this guy might be talking about. So, what do you think about that? I actually grew to appreciate it over these past 2 weeks because he came over and he showed me like a couple of clips, and I've been looking at it a little bit more because I knew that's what we were going to talk about.
The art of battle raps.
Yeah.
Or battling.
Yeah, and I definitely appreciate it more than what's going on now because it is lyrical to a certain extent.
It's really funny to me because we used to watch those in high school and like quote them at each other in the hallways and scream at each other, and people thought we were fighting. Primarily though, Quadjo and Pito used to do that all the time. We would recite stuff line for line from some of those that I still remember. Hilarious. But I mean, yeah, that's how you hone your skill, right?
Yeah.
If you can do it just off the top of the head, right, like that.
The bars.
Bars.
The
Speaking
bars.
of bars, anybody in the Chicago area listening should check out this
Oh, yeah.
the Red Ribbon Hip Hop Showcase. I forgot exactly what it's called, but it's at Alulu Tap.
Do you
or
want me to
Brewing.
bring that up? I could actually bring that
That's on the 17th, y'all. That's a free hip hop show.
on
Some
a
of
Thursday.
Chicago's finest. Check it out.
I'm not saying I'm going to be there, but I might be there. Maybe.
Yeah, a lot of appearances there.
Maybe. I might go.
Alulu Brewery.
I got
January
work the next day, so
17th.
I'm not promising anything. And that Alulu Brewery, that name sounds a little boofoo to me. So
That's actually not too far from here, man. But I don't want to disclose our location either.
is this the same brewery with a different name, or is this a different brewery?
That's a different brewery.
Okay, because I got hit up by that old brewery where Preem used to work.
No. This is, I think, a different brewery.
Okay, this one is because I got hit up by Preem's old brewery with a different name, and I'm like, why does the inside look very familiar? And it was a different name because I think Preem's brewery got sold.
Yeah, they went under or something.
Mm-hmm. Someone bought them out.
Economics.
Yeah, that's what happens when everyone's making beer.
I'm not sure, actually, to be honest with you. I'm not sure if this is it. I don't know. But there's a lot of those popping up in Chicago. We played at Low Res Brewery not too long ago.
Okay.
There's a lot of...
Well, there's going to be art involved as well?
No, I'm not sure. I think it's just a hip-hop show, man. And it's...
Okay.
I'm not sure, to be honest with you.
Because someone recently on my timeline went to Alulu and they were checking out an art show. So that's why I was guessing it might have been mixed. But no, I think the poster only says
But yeah, there should be some good artists there. The homie Louis Mendez is there. He's got bars. You should check that shit.
Quadril's not performing.
Quadro's not, but he organized along with the homie Preem, doing big things out there.
Yeah. If you ask me why he's not performing, I have no idea. You might want to ask him.
Does he have any songs out?
Yeah. I don't know. It would be.
He's getting it together. Watch out for the Redication. It's coming.
But go ahead and subscribe to RR Reader.
Yep, the Red Ribbon.
The Red Ribbon Reader. I don't know where that is.
There's
Is that on Twitter?
A lot of plugs right now, guys. We're plugging.
Yeah, he's got to fucking center it a little bit more. I don't know what to call it, but there's too much shit to remember.
Check out our friends. We got a lot of talented, artistic individuals in our collective. Yeah. So just check out our friends, guys.
Don't let the multitude of ats and hashtags scare you. Just follow Red Ribbon Army to get all that stuff.
We know a lot of cool people.
If you follow Full Heel Podcast, you'll get all that stuff too. So go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. But the Rewrites are playing a show the 24th, aren't they?
Yes, in Berwyn at Wire. It's on Roosevelt. Man, somewhere out west, but it's in the southwestern suburbs. That's a really good lineup as well. There's 3 other bands that are top notch as well. So it's on a Thursday. If anybody's free Thursday in the western suburbs of Chicago or near that area, you should go check it out. I believe it's $10. I'm not sure, but definitely worth it. The Rewrites and then 3 other really good bands. Machin, who we played with before, they're really good. There's this band called Space Wolves, and I've never heard of them honestly, but just the fact that they're called Space Wolves, I'm like fucking excited.
They sound sexy.
That sounds like a badass name.
Sounds sexy.
But yeah, check that out.
Space Wolves.
The Wire's a really cool bar. It's a lot of space. It's awesome. You should go check it out, guys.
Are you guys gonna be vamping up the schedule for 2019?
Yeah, we got some shit.
Well, you guys did a lot of shows in 18.
Yeah, man, we try to do as much as we can. And we got a lot of. We were hoping to release some shit real soon. Watch out for this.
What?
The Swamp EP.
I gotta start using more of your guys' music.
He said, "What? Who shouted it out? Somebody shouted
dude,
it out,
okay,
right?
so I grabbed your music and I chopped it up with the fucking static from TV from the NWO. I just took that static, literally, and then in the background I just had me going FHP and then going woo, and I just chopped that up and like put a video up. And so the guy from Silicon Valley.
Oh, that's right.
The show Silicon Valley has a YouTube where he interviews a podcast channel. And for some reason, he came across that video of your guys' song chopped up to my wooing in the background and static. And he said, great homage to the NWO, because it's an homage to the NWO, clearly. And so that was pretty cool. So
yeah, that is pretty cool.
I'm going to start using a lot more of your guys', which I've said I should have. But I just haven't.
21st century shit. We're excited about that.
I should. Like, I do the solo ones. I could just have it in the background very low. So it's not just completely just me. Yeah, so check out the Rewrites as well.
It's a busy January. The 17th and the 24th. It's back-to-back Thursdays, y'all. Check it out. Hip Hop Showcase. The Rewrites and a couple other really good local rock bands. Should be a good time.
I'm not doing shit. I'm not doing shit.
It's getting cold. Let's go inside and listen to music and drink.
Yeah, I was doing a lot less podcasts, but I blamed it on the holidays. I was just being lazy as shit.
And watch UFC. It's coming to ESPN.
Yeah, dude, you got ESPN Plus, which I'm gonna have to get. I already have the Zone now, because of the
boxing.
Yeah, so I guess I'm just gonna keep it. I'll get ESPN Plus, which I'll have a fight companion. So I think you'll be over for that. I'll see who else I invite.
Oh yeah, the 19th.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I'll see who else I invite for that.
Oh yeah, it's the Cejudo TJ fight, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
What a way to start on ESPN. Honestly, the prospect of TJ Dillashaw going down in weight, we can talk about that later. But the going down, we talk about people going up in weight and winning championships. Mm-hmm. What about going down and winning? That's fucking crazy. And what's gonna happen to that division after? Is it gonna be a division?
I wanted to talk to you about that, but Mayweather versus Nakasawa. Did you watch that?
God, that was a farce.
Tenson.
That was a farce.
Yeah, what did you think of that? So
that was a farce. That was farcical.
I think I gave my opinion on it. I 100% think this guy needs acting classes, but I want to get your take on it real quick. I showed you guys the highlights, and I thought there was more, but that's about it. Like, the highlights I showed you guys was a minute and something.
I 100% agree with you. That was staged to the max. I can't believe he got paid $9 million.
And I think
who paid for that?
The Yakuza. I think you'll agree with this.
Yakuza.
Look,
oh, shit.
I'm a Mayweather fan. Whenever there's Mayweather something, even for the McGregor thing, you guys saw how I was in.
I can attest to it. Rafa has defended Mayweather many times.
From day one, I was opposed to this.
It's not the stylistic approach. It's the effective, efficient approach.
Even when people were like, this is a farce with the McGregor one, I'm like, yeah, of course it is. But I know why they're doing it. They just want to see where McGregor is. He's the money. He's the cash cow in MMA. But this one doesn't make it. Didn't make any sense.
And that's.
They didn't even let them box for real. Well, Mayweather was just hitting a bag pretty much. Intention was just taking shots and pretending to fall and trip and lose footing. It was really sad. If you guys haven't watched it, I wouldn't.
It was sad, but did you really think that he was ever going to jeopardize a undefeated?
No, but people thought that he was going to go in there and kickbox, and I'm like, oh my god, you guys are dumb.
No way.
People thought that.
Well, weren't they saying that he's going to do it, or it was talking about doing an MMA fight too? Like, what do you think he's going to go and stand in the octagon and go to ground with somebody? Hell no.
People are like, oh yeah, well he's done with boxing. I'm like, look, he's never going to do that. People do not want to appreciate how smart Mayweather is. He made $9 million.
You want to talk about a popular word being used right now? That's called finesse.
For a fight that was advertised as an exhibition of only 3 rounds.
People got finessed.
Where he is the greatest of all time in defense. Versus a guy that was much smaller than him that's known for offense.
Well, I mean, I guess that was the entertainment part of it, right? You think about what you just said, right? Offense versus defense, like we talk about in so many NFL and other matchups and the like.
Shout outs to your drummer.
Yeah, shout out the boy, Little Froggy boy,
Smoke Frog,
the drummer boy.
It was a farce to begin with. I saw it for what it was, and like I just didn't believe it. I couldn't believe that people were taking it serious and that people took it serious and paid for this. I didn't pay for this. I watched the highlights and then I went and watched the fight, which was pretty much just the highlights. Like there was nothing. It wasn't.
I'm glad you sent me that. And I actually, when the hoopla started and they started talking about all this, I thought this was like far down the line. Like I didn't realize that it was all like the weekly lead up to this fight. I didn't realize it was all happening so soon. There was talk of him signing to do this fight, and then I feel like 3 weeks passed, and then he was fighting.
Mm-hmm. You know why you kind of didn't know? I didn't talk about it. I said, "Fuck this! I'm not paying attention to the circus."
But I feel like it all happened so quickly, though, from booking it.
Oh right, yeah, 100%.
To actually the day of the fight, it all happened within weeks.
Well, yeah, no, and like it all happened within weeks of. So if people forgot, him and Mayweather were at a club, and they announced that they were going to fight in December. That never happened. Maybe a month after, because this happened in November. Maybe like a month after, they announce Mayweather versus Tension out of nowhere, and then they release a promo video, and it kind of seems like they're gonna fight. Like they don't say any of the rules. They make it seem like they're gonna fight, build the hype, and then. People that know what was going on started killing the hype of people that didn't know what was going on. So people like me were like, no, that's not, you know what? Because he's going to fucking do an MMA match. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, he's going to do a fucking MMA match. Really? Like, he's going to box this guy. I'm like, yeah, he's going to risk 50-0 for no reason. Like he's already 50-0. Like he's done. He's not coming back. Like he's not coming back for anybody. And then it came out that he wasn't going to do it, that there was a misunderstanding between him and the promotion. So it was off 100%, which was kind of fucking weird. Because he came out on camera and said that it was on, that he was going to do it for the fans, and blah, blah, blah this, and blah, blah, blah that. And this was after the fucking video was out. Like, everything was set to go. And then he comes to the United States, flies back, and then he's like, you know what? That was all misunderstanding.
Yeah.
It's not real. I'm not fighting anybody. It's off. Literally a week later, it's on again.
Oh, my God. See,
Literally a week later, it's on again. And I didn't say anything because I was like, fuck these guys. I'm like,
that's where I dropped the ball. I thought I was still on it where, they were like, no, it's off.
And I know I'm talking about it now, but I wasn't talking about it at that time. I didn't say anything about it at that time because I'm like, fuck these guys. I'm like, first of all, I know it's not going to be a match that counts. Second of all, they're putting on a circus to draw attention. Third of all, it's fucking working. And then it didn't, though. I don't think it worked to the extent that that I think they wanted it to. I don't know why. I myself didn't want to advertise it because it was a farce. And I really rather just see Mayweather box.
Oh, man.
Like, if it's Mayweather versus an opponent that's like him and Pacquiao, guess what? I might have had a little bit of interest.
Again, right?
Yeah, punch me in the face. I don't care. I might be a little bit interested in that fight.
Pacquiao's kind of been angling for that, I feel like.
Mm-hmm. And, not anymore. I'm done with this. After this Tenson fight, I'm done. Yeah. He's getting older.
Fuck you, Floyd.
Yeah.
You ain't getting no more of my money.
The only
especially
fight,
after that McGregor fight.
The only fight I'm paying for on Mayweather is Canelo. If he comes back to fight Canelo and gives Canelo a chance to redeem himself, which he won't, because Canelo's gotten better. People want to say steroids, but guess what? Everyone's on fucking steroids. So
the juice.
Yeah, you want to make that steroid argument? Go ahead and make it for John Jones and everyone else.
Mark Hunt about that shit.
It's all out there. It's all out there.
Mark Hunt does not like those people.
Yeah.
And neither should you. Oh, man.
What if they just say it's legal? What would you do then?
I don't know.
Change opinion?
But that's, I mean, and then maybe that's for another segment, but that's like my one reservation about ESPN Plus and being on ESPN is like, does it matter if they're constantly going to disrespect the rankings and support cheaters? Like, what the fuck? Does it matter?
Yeah, they're going to have to do something, which is funny because I wonder if ESPN will make them do something because FS1, I don't know if I've told you guys this, FS1 is making WWE SmackDown. They're getting it in October. So on USA, it's going to be Raw on Mondays, and then on Fridays, it's going to be SmackDown on FS1. FS1 wants them to be more sports orientated, and by that I mean wrestle more, fuckers.
Yeah.
Stop all this talking bullshit. We don't want these fucking promo segments and these shitty ass vignettes that aren't good, that haven't been good for the past 10 years, and they want more wrestling.
So then, let me ask you this. So then, does that mean that more, I guess, athletic, or the roster is gonna shift again? Then, are they gonna try to shift certain talent? Like the guys who are good on the mic are gonna go to Raw, and like the guys who can like wrestle are gonna go to SmackDown.
They're gonna have to do something like that because there's gonna have to be a certain ranking system that they're gonna follow. That they're gonna have to follow for title matches. Like there's gonna actually have to be something bracketed out if that's what FS1 wants, especially if it's Fox Sports 1. And it's been clearly stated out there that that's what they want. And WWE recently came out and said that. Well, they didn't come out and say it. They had they cut a promo with all the McMahons and Shane in the ring saying that they were gonna. I guess Shane isn't McMahon. Triple H and the McMahons, that they were gonna do a lot more what the fans wanted, and things were gonna change because ratings have been down, and they've been acknowledging it over the past weeks that ratings have been down over the past couple of years. They've been going down, and
that's crazy to me because they're everywhere, and now they're gonna be on Monday and Friday.
So here's the thing:
taking the airwaves.
So ratings are down. So that means in terms of money from the networks, that's down, but in terms of network sales,
internal.
Well, no, internal for the WWE network, They're making a fuckload. Well, it's $10 a month, and they have over. I don't know if it's 1.4, but I think it's more. I think it's 14 million
subscribers.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Well, they're worldwide.
Oh shit.
Well, they're worldwide, and $10 a month worldwide.
That's crazy. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. So they're good on revenue, and then that recent deal that they made with
They come here like 5 times a year now, right?
I just recently went to a show.
Yeah.
Jesus hit me up with tickets, all crazy. We just talked about it on our last podcast. How we were so entertained the whole time because it was nonstop wrestling, because it was a house show. So they weren't worried about commercial breaks. They weren't worried about the TV. They weren't worried about fucking talking the whole time. It was wrestling, announce a match, wrestling, announce a match, maybe cut a promo, announce a match. And it was just matches the whole time.
Solid.
The whole 2.5 hours. And we thoroughly enjoyed ourselves. Sometimes during the Raws and the SmackDowns, you get kind of tired for fucking just sitting there watching stupid shit.
What was it for?
This was a house show. They do a holiday thing. So it was Raw, SmackDown, and then we went on a Wednesday, which was a SmackDown house show. So they just do a show without the cameras.
Oh, okay.
And then they'll do like gimmick matches and they'll put titles on the line, but they never change hands. They've rarely changed hands at a house show.
Okay.
Rarely. I think AJ won the U.S. title at a house show.
Really?
Yeah.
AJ Styles?
Yeah, that was a while ago. Yeah, so it's going to be good. I hope. But, yeah, that Mayweather Nakamura or Nakasawa shit was a lot more WWE than I would have liked for that one.
Yeah, fuck that.
So ESPN Plus, I know I have to get it because of the UFC shit.
At some point, it's gonna go up. It has to.
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna get it in. So hopefully they can kind of have some kind of grandfathering thing in.
Right.
But no.
Hell no.
No.
It's Disney. They want your money, bro.
Yeah. So what else do I have on there if I get it? Like you have it right now. So what do you like?
Johnny's gonna make fun of me even more for this, but the main reason I got ESPN Plus was because I watch MLS. I follow MLS. So not all, but there's a lot of American soccer matches that are on there. So I try to watch as many as I can. I try to watch the Fire whenever they're not at home. So that joke of a team, I still support the team. They're a joke, but yeah.
You didn't go to that many this year, did you?
I went to actually pretty much all of them. I only missed like 3 or 4 games this season.
You know what? I'm not on Snapchat.
Yeah.
I didn't see your post.
Season tickets, brah. There's 17 games. I think I missed 3 or 4.
God damn.
Yeah.
Super fan over here.
Hey, you gotta take advantage if you paid the money.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's cool when you go and like tailgate and get hammered before. It actually like makes it worth it. It was a crazy season though because again they were terrible. It was terrible.
Yeah.
But Bastian Schweinsteiger, we have Schweinsteiger. He's amazing. He just looks like looks like kids against grown men out there when he gets the ball, dude. It's fucking impressive to just see. Like you talk about like when you went to go entertain. Like every time you see Schweinsteiger play, it's like he makes it look so easy.
Yeah,
and like he's so like much older than some of these guys, and looks like sometimes he's doing shit in slow motion. But you like the technique and just like I guess confidence and muscle memory. Like he's just like a class above like a lot of these players, and like it's just worth watching.
Like your boy Suarez.
It's worth watching. And again, I follow the league. Yeah, like Suarez.
I saw that kick.
He's
that
amazing.
Kick was sick.
Yeah, he's crazy.
It seemed like how he just turned his.
There was 4 or 5 bodies in front of him. He couldn't even really see. But
and he just like kick. He just fucking twisted his whole lower body all crazy. Kicked it in midair.
Yeah, the volleyed it, caught it out of the air.
Got it right past. And this was a recent one, right?
This was just last week. Yeah.
And then he went and bit the guy in the sideline?
No.
How long ago was that?
He hasn't bit anybody since the World Cup in 2014.
And before that, there was how many more?
Before that, he bit one other guy. He bit one other guy that we know of that he got caught for.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. Suarez is my favorite because he bites people.
Because he bites people.
He's a vampire, bro.
Actually, yeah, no, he might have bitten. Yeah, he's definitely bitten.
He's definitely been 2 that I know of.
Maybe a third, actually. There was
Yeah.
possibly a third when he played in the Netherlands. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right about that. He bit somebody right before he joined Barcelona in 2014.
How's CR7 doing?
He's actually, I think he's the leading scorer on both Juventus and in the Italian league right now. So, as you would expect,
A lot less
it's just
news on him.
Because it's been kind of like under the radar. Again, some people will knock him for it. I do kind of sometimes just as a joke. But he scores a lot of penalties. And scoring penalties isn't easy either, you know. But he's got a couple of penalties, a couple of goals from open play. But he's just always dangerous. Like, just having him on the field is always just really, really helpful. Because you never know, one, if he gets the ball, he's going to score. Or two, he just creates, just having him there, other guys around him. And Juve's got a really good team. Get to score more just because he's on the field and shit. So
what's been up with Messi?
he's fucking tearing it up.
Oh, he's coming back.
16 goals and 10 assists right now. And
Because
they're
not
halfway
that
through
he's
the
been
season.
sucking or anything, but hasn't he been kind of on? Not even a lull. It just hasn't been Messi-esque in his previous years,
He's
right?
no, dude, he's been amazing.
Yeah?
He's been amazing. The thing is, he gets
I'm talking
punished.
out of my
He
ass.
gets punished for being on subpar teams. Barcelona now isn't as good as they've been at their heights. So last year they won the Spanish league, but that's it, right? So it's like whatever. They didn't win the Champions League, right? And whereas Real Madrid has won 3 in a row.
Are the English teams coming super powered
They're coming back,
in
man.
these recent years?
That like for like the 2010 to like 2015, 2016, they were lacking hard when it came to the big European competitions, and now they're coming back. Manchester City and Liverpool are both really, really good teams. Probably, maybe even the best teams in the world right now. Even better than Real Madrid is a joke right now. Juventus is really stacked, but they play in Italy. And Barcelona, they're my favorite European team, but
They got old, didn't they? All their guys got old except
they're-
Messi. Well, Messi's still.
They're doing okay right now, and they're not firing on all cylinders. So Messi's almost kind of carrying the team as he usually does, right? Fucking responsible for 26 goals. That's crazy. 16 goals and 10 assists. That's insane. And that's what he doesn't get a lot of respect for. He plays a lot of like the passing in the in between, right? 10 assists. Like a lot of guys will score a lot of goals, but how many guys are going to be scored just as many goals as they assist now? That's what he does.
He's a George St.
The
Pierre.
older he's gotten, he's changed his game. Fucking 2011, he scored 93 goals or whatever it was in a season. He broke the record for whatever it was in a calendar year. Like now he doesn't score as many, but you look at his assist numbers and like he affects the game more than just goals. Like his passing is incredible. Like he can dribble, he can pass, he can shoot. And he's like super efficient with it. Like it's kind of a knock sometimes, I guess, depending on who you ask. But he probably moves the least amount of anybody on the field. But it's not because like of effort thing. It's just because he's like he already knows. Like there's this really cool video. If you watch it, Messi spends like the first 10 or 15 minutes of the game mostly just kind of walking and watching, right? And then once he knows like which defender, right, or where he knows the space is gonna be, it's on. Like he's just super efficient.
That's almost in any sport, being able to analyze your competition.
Right.
In MMA, a lot of people get bored by it, but in the beginning, a lot of that pawing out and that fucking just throwing out little simple jabs is to get people's reaction, to see what they're doing, to see I do this, you do that. Even in jiu-jitsu, I'm doing this so you can do that.
The jits.
It's reading what other people are doing and adapting to it.
Yeah. Especially over the course of several rounds, right? Which is why I thought Cyborg was gonna win, because before Cyborg was just devastating power, and you're like she's gonna knock you out and knock you down, but then she's been more measured. She's been actually like learning how to like pick her punches and actually box. So I thought for sure, man, that was shocking. Like I actually didn't see the fights live. We were actually playing a show that night, right? But when you sent me that reaction, I had to stop whatever I was doing and had to go find the video ASAP. It was fucking crazy.
Did I ruin it for you guys, or did I just put wow?
No, you just put wow, and then I went and looked it up and saw.
Because I didn't want to ruin it for you
Amanda.
guys, because I knew you guys were doing the show.
I thought it was maybe like no, it was actually before we played. We played last that night, so it was before we played. So I went on stage already knowing what had gone.
Dude, and what sucks, I think, is that this fight was not talked about as much as it should have, because it was a history-making fight if Amanda would have won, because of the whole John Jones
Double champ.
controversy. A lot of that clouded over this.
Understandable.
And it's still clouded over it. Like I think she was still able to pop out somewhat. But if they would look, how awesome would it have been for her if it's like Nevada's like, hey dude, like we can't fucking sanction you, bro. You got too many fucking picograms in your system, and she's the main event, and she knocks out fucking Cyborg, and that's the end of that chapter. No fucking John Jones fucking controversy, because that was dead and gone a week and a half ago. Now it's all about the Amanda Nunes show, the Champ show. And I take a lot of blame for this too, because I didn't talk about it as much as I should have. I wasn't even podcasting.
I mean, I thought he was gonna, but like, here's the thing. The reason why I didn't mention it, and the biggest mistake I made, obviously, is underestimating Amanda's chances.
100%. I underestimated her 100%.
I thought, again, Cyborg, I was like, before she came into the UFC, I knew that she was just devastating. She was just tearing people apart, knocking them out.
Mm-hmm.
But now she's actually, like, I don't want to say this because this almost sounds disrespectful, but she's smarter. She's not just like devastating power. She was a good like fighter. She's smart. She's adapted.
100%, dude. Because Cyborg got tagged a couple times and she got angry and reacted to that anger.
Yeah, that's what impressed me the most. It wasn't just like, oh, Amanda caught her on a counter punch one time. It was she got touched up.
She got touched up, and she's like, oh, "Fuck you!" She's like, "You think you could box with me?" It was arrogance at that point, I believe. And then I think the second time, the one where she dropped to her knees, it was too late. Cyborg.
What is the word? It was hubris.
Mm-hmm.
It was hubris. Arrogance. Yeah.
It was.
She was too. Yeah, I guess, man. What else can you say? I guess she can be proud that it was at least to another Brazilian, but
yeah, and she was super humble in defeat, which is nice. Like, she didn't make excuses. She was grateful about it. She shook Amanda's hand.
That was
she
honestly
congratulated her.
The highlight of the night. You're right. That was the highlight by far.
To me, John Jones winning, okay, whatever. Because even then at the end, like, him and DC, he says it doesn't matter. He says all this, and then it does matter.
It does matter.
Because then it comes out at the end. It's like, come on, dude. We all know it matters.
That's the thing, right? We talk about this all the time. I want to like John Jones for like his achievements before so much, and kind of want to give him the benefit of the doubt. But how many fucking chances are you gonna give a motherfucker, man?
It's really hard, man. It's really hard.
Okay, so explain this shit. He had a picogram or whatever, the fucking. And how is it that it was from the previous, from months before, a year before? And California is cool with it.
Yeah. So, I guess we would have to go back to the initial test with that got him suspended in the beginning with DC. So when he fought DC and knocked out DC, he tested positive after.
Right.
And got suspended. Yeah. He got suspended, and then he claimed it was a tainted supplement because it was such a small measurement. But the thing is, they never came across anything in the system. No, sorry, they didn't. Sorry, they didn't come across anything in the supplements that would have said that he that the supplements were tainted. This is after the dick pill too. Like that's the that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, where do we begin with?
Yeah.
Where do we start? Where do we start with this thing?
The hit and run.
Like cocaine. where do we start with this thing? Okay, so he couldn't prove that any of the supplements that he had were tainted. So Nevada, the commission that originally suspended him, I guess USADA didn't suspend him the full 2 years that he should have been suspended. Not because he did a lie detector. Remember, he did a lie detector test as well?
Yeah.
Like, kind of trying to prove his innocence.
Fucking show, man.
Yeah, so they exonerated him literally on that. Like, on it being a pinch of salt in a
drop in the ocean?
in Olympic swimming pool or whatever they were claiming. And they couldn't find it in the supplements. But the thing is, it's still in the system. Okay, whatever. So we don't know how. So they give him a shorter sentence. So he gets to. So then they're like, all right, he's gonna fight Gus. He can come back at this date. So the UFC's like, all right, then he's gonna fight Gus. But then USADA's like, well, you're back in the test. Well, he's been in the testing pool. So they test him back in August and September. And he has some picograms in there. Low picograms. Low level picograms in the double digits, not the triple digits, not the hundreds. So he has those in the system. And USADA's kind of like, oh shit, there's something there.
Unfucking believable.
And then it drops off to 0. Like it drops off and he doesn't have anything. But then they test him again recently, like in the beginning of December, and it's in the hundreds, like in the 1 something. Or I might be exaggerating a little bit. It could have been the 60s. The thing is, it jumped back up from 1 day to having it, or 2 tests having it,
spiking,
having picograms, to to the next 2 tests not having it, to these tests right before the fight having it. So Nevada's like, yo, we can't sanction him to fight Gustafsson. We're not sanctioning this fight. We need to have a hearing to talk about this, whatever this is. We don't know what this is, but we want to know what's going on. And we're not going to sanction this fight unless we can have a hearing. But guess what? It's the holidays. You guys are fighting on the 29th. A lot of our guys are gone. So we can't have that hearing till after the 29th. And there's not enough time for like us to have the hearing and you guys to have the fight. So we can't sanction John. So what does old UFC do? Hey, California, can you guys fucking...
Oh, sure.
Can you guys sanction us? So California sanctioned them on USADA saying, by their understanding, that this is a pulsing effect.
What the fuck?
Meaning that he has...
It comes and goes?
He has this... He has Turinabol in his system that is behind the fat walls or something, or stored in the fat, that pulsed out in these tests.
That's way too convenient. Right before the fight? Right before the fight? And it wasn't a...
That's their explanation.
They weren't there 3 months before the fight, but they were there a couple of weeks before the fight. Mm-hmm. That's fucking cheating, bro.
And Callie's like, we'll sanction him. And Nevada's like, we're not going to sanction him. We want to talk to him.
Johnny Jones.
Nevada's still going to talk to him. Nevada's still going to have this hearing. This hearing's still going to go on. So, John Jones is scheduled to fight Anthony Smith pending he gets his license in Nevada. But
pending.
Yeah, pending. But DC poses a great question. Is John Jones just allowed to have Turinabol in the system now?
Right. How long is it there?
Yeah, like according to Nowitzki, it's been over 2 years, and he can have it in his system.
And just fight.
Because they're allowing it because... And here's the bullshit part. Frank Mir got suspended 2 years. Had to do the full 2-year suspension for the same thing. They're like, hey, dude, you're a pot for Turinabol. And he's like, hey, can it be from something that I might have taken before? Like before USADA came in? And they're like, nope, impossible. That's not how this shit works, bitch.
Before USADA.
Yeah. Hit the brakes, nigga.
The dark days, or the good days, depending on who you ask, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ask
me, like, nope, you're suspended, Mir. And apparently for John Jones, that you're fine. Apparently if you're John Jones, you can have Turinabol in your system.
Yeah, over and over.
And they're going to say it's a pulsing effect. So by them doing this all post-haste, by them doing this really fast and them not taking any... and them explaining it very short sight. It makes Joe look bad, dude. It makes Joe like he had Nowitzki on, like right before explaining this. It makes Joe look bad because they're explaining a pulsing effect. They're explaining this and that, but they never explain why it's in his system.
Why is it there even to begin with?
John said tainted supplement. No tainted supplements found.
Ever.
The only thing that they can think of is a dick pill. And they didn't get that. The thing is, Joe thinks it could be from cocaine. From doing cocaine laced with creatine.
Holy shit.
And the creatine has
cut with creatine?
Yeah, and the creatine has to be contaminated with a steroid that was made in the same laboratory, which is going to like.
That's needles.
It's stretching. Yeah, it's stretching, man.
Yeah, that's stretching, reaching.
And here's the thing, if we're reaching that far, what are the traces that are getting into John Jones' system that are pulsing after 2 years?
Those aren't traces, then. Those are.
That's not That's not a tainted supplement. That's you were doing something 100% to the fullest. Like you were doing a full cycle.
It has to be the cocaine, then.
Yeah. Like no, like I'm saying it had to be full cycles.
Oh my god.
Like you're doing full cycles when you're out of competition. And that to me is the only way you could. I'm not saying John Jones is doing it. I'm saying that's how. And I'm not an expert, but to me, that's how you would have resonating, pulsing effects.
If you ask me.
Yeah, in that manner. And then there's people that were saying that picograms aren't as small as they want to make us think that they are in the system, because we're dealing with only so much blood or whatever. Yeah, they're trying to make a comparison or like some kind of understanding, but there's no way we're going to understand picograms. And again, how did it get there? And if it was trace amounts to begin with, and you guys are picking up on those trace amounts, how are they pulsing? And how are they not out?
Why haven't they been out?
And I want to like John Jones. And I do like John Jones. And I want to watch him fight. And I watched him fight. And I think he is the greatest MMA fighter. Skill set, yes. Is it? But this puts an asterisk in my head, and this makes me question things
eternally.
Because guess what? Arthur Jones and his brother, what's his brother's name? Chandler Jones, both popped in the NFL for steroids.
Really, Chandler did too?
I might be mistaken on that one.
I'm not sure about Chandler.
I could look it up.
Look that up, yeah. I wouldn't be. Yeah, I don't know.
What would I look up?
I know Chandler, maybe not too long ago, but had a big ass contract.
Maybe not.
I don't know about Chandler. Maybe Arthur.
One of them did, yeah. John Jones. No. Oh, John Jones' brother violates. Which one? Chandler.
Oh wow. When was this? 2016?
One of them was playing for the Colts at one time.
Been a bad month for you. Arthur Jones. Arthur Jones got suspended.
Okay, so not Chandler.
Yeah, it was Arthur Jones.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, bro, it could be both of them. You could be right, though. I'll take your word.
Chandler Jones reportedly suffered an adverse reaction to synthetic marijuana while under contract with the Patriots. Spice? And then 2 months later, he was traded.
Wait, so he tested positive for...
No, I guess he was tripping out on Spice and had to go to the hospital.
Oh, shit. Okay,
That's usually what happens when you smoke Spice. You usually have to go to the hospital.
So I apologize on that one, but one of his brothers, dude.
They love drugs, clearly.
And in the NFL, they have... in the NFL, they have fucking doctors, like special doctors that specifically they use for steroids. Like, not the NFL, but NFL players. to microdose. There's like microdosing and all that shit. And they want to say that it's not microdosing because that type of drug isn't microdosed. You guys are barely learning the fucking ways to catch it. Don't they think that these steroid guys are way ahead of the testing?
They need to get baseballs, guys, man. You better believe baseball cleaned that shit up, right?
No, what's his name? The one that the guy Usada. Is the guy that was digging around with in this guy's garbage. In Barry Bonds' the Golden Snitch. What's his name?
Are you talking about fuck, I forget. I want to say his name. Oh,
I know him as the Golden Snitch now because that's what they call him.
fuck. You talking about the Balco guy?
Not Victor Conte, but that's he worked with him.
I forget what his name is.
Jeff Nowitzki.
There you go.
It's Jeff Nowitzki.
The Golden Snitch.
They call him the Golden
Yeah,
Snitch
that's
now,
right.
but he was digging around in
Just
Barry
said
Bonds. Barry Bonds is garbage. But he works with the UFC or with
The last time I remember somebody hitting that many fucking home runs.
man. But Barry Bonds was a good player though. He was a good player.
And then his head got all big.
Yeah.
Gigantism.
I don't know if he. I don't know if he was on steroids, and I don't know if he would have hit all those home runs if he wasn't on steroids. But he was a
Man,
good player.
If A-Rod was on the juice, that guy was definitely on the juice.
You know what? Tony Gwynn for life for me, bro.
R.I.P. Didn't he pass away recently?
I don't know, but he was clean. I hope not. That guy was clean, and he very fundamental, and never tested for a steroid that I know of.
That I know.
I don't know.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Well,
Tainted, man. Sports are tainted. Every sport is.
10 days away, Frankie. The flyweight division.
What is the future of that?
Yes, I don't know, but TJ Dillashaw is dropping down. I was gonna ask you because I'm not trying to offend you, but you're more of a little guy.
Yeah, no, I feel partially disrespected as a fan of this division.
Yeah, like I think more little guys should come out in support of the flyweight division, but it seems like it's gonna fucking collapse.
It's only been like 4 years, right? Since 3 or 4 since they had the
6
tournament
years.
to establish
Yeah,
this.
not that long, dude. It hasn't been 10 years at all. Like they haven't even had a 10-year.
We were in college or
Yeah.
finishing college when the tournament was on for when DJ won that shit.
Yeah,
So no more than 5 years, man. What the fuck?
and it's not official, but
Why? Is it just because it's really that barren? No, there's talent there, right? There has to be.
there's talent there. But I don't know if I guess it doesn't draw. I guess the cards that.
Nobody wants to see a bunch of little guys fucking pound each other like that.
I like watching them fight, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I like their skill sets because they're not necessarily knocking each other out. They're super quick on the transitions on the floor. They transition a lot on the floor.
It's technical.
It's super technical. It's fun to watch.
I can respect the shit out of that.
Yeah, but it's a champ versus champ fight. Cejudo, which I thought lost to Mighty Mouse.
Yeah, man. And people, this is a more controversial topic on the Full Hill podcast and Full Hill Podcast Nation.
Oh, me and Jeff were at odds with this one.
A lot of people were
We
at
just
odds.
dropped it at one point. We don't even talk about that shit no more.
A lot of people were at odds, man. That shit was, controversial. What? I still don't, I don't want to talk about it anymore, but Cejudo's a champion. DJ's no longer in this promotion. I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess you respect his wrestling, right? He's a fucking gold medalist. You have to respect that shit. And clearly, he definitely tooled up a little bit more for the DJ fight or the the win, right? I don't know if TJ. I don't know. That's what you were saying before. Going down in weight is a whole different beast.
Is the weight cut going to affect Dillashaw on the night? He says he can make the weight, and I don't doubt it. But how bad is he going to be?
Man, I would have preferred to see this TJ fucking DJ if they were going to do it. If they're doing it like they are now.
Yeah. I wish, even if that didn't happen, I wish Henry would have moved up and fought TJ and just, if the division's going to end, then like that, move up. Instead of TJ coming down, taking the title. I guess that still makes sense, I guess. I don't know. I don't think Henry wins this fight.
That'd be crazy.
I think he's got good wrestling. I don't think he can take down Dillashaw.
Another double champ?
And I think TJ takes the title from Henry. And I think we have our 4th double champ.
Crazy.
I don't think it's gonna be that hard for TJ.
Damn, what a couple years for that. But again, man, I don't know. They're losing top guys. Guys like Mark Hunt won out.
Yep.
Like, I mean, say what you will about Mark Hunt, but he puts on some good fights.
Dude, you have all these other promotions jumping up. ONE FC, Bellator, Ryzen. Just like in WWE right now, you have we have WWE, but now you have AEW.
Yeah, what is that shit?
All Elite Wrestling, which is Cody Rhodes or Cody. That's not his. Sorry, Cody. He's not Rhodes. That's not his real name. He says it now because he's not in the
Rhodes family.
His dad's not Rhodes. Yeah, they're not really Rhodes. That's what they are. That's in kayfabe. Fucking Uriel, you asshole. If you're listening to this, Uriel, you're ruining my podcast by dinging in the background. And I forgot what I was saying. You son of a bitch.
Rhodes. Cody Rhodes?
Oh, yeah. The All Elite Wrestling. So Cody never got his shot in WWE. He never got the respect he needed. I always thought his dad got disrespected, and his brother were disrespected too. And I thought they were phenomenal wrestlers. And I think, given the bullshit that they were given by creative, they did wonders with it. And WWE never gave them the respect that they deserved. Cody went on to New Japan and had a fucking blowing up, joining the Bullet Club, becoming the Ring of Honor champion, becoming I forgot what else champion, USA champion over there, and getting a great following as the leader of the Bullet Club. And then they did a thing where the Bullet Club had a rift because Kenny Omega was the leader, and this guy came in and kind of took over, not really, but kind of, and he got a following because he's a really good wrestler and he was able to tell a story. And he didn't have to be fucking Brock Lesnar. And that's what WWE wanted. They wanted Brock Lesnar. And Kenny Omega's contract came up. The Young Bucks contract came up. Cody Rhodes kind of had a short-term contracts. And they kind of put an all-in pay-per-view together where they got a bunch of Ring of Honor and a bunch of independent guys that are really popular. They brought them all together to do an all-in show, and it sold out. I think it was here in Chicago. Sold out within, like, minutes. And they kind of just went all for it, and they decided to do a promotion. They're going to do their first pay-per-view. And it's not announced yet because Kenny Omega has a contract with New Japan Pro Wrestling till the 31st. But it looks like he's going to jump over to All Elite Wrestling.
Shit.
Chris Jericho is signed with them.
I saw that.
What the fuck is it? Pac. As I know him as Neville from WWE. He was Neville in WWE, but Pac is joining them for 5 years. Signed the contract. The Young Bucks, of course, are there. Cody Rhodes is there. Christopher Daniels. They have a lot of names in the indies that are well known, and they're building a roster. And like I said, they're waiting for Omega to his contract to expire. I bet they're waiting for more people from WWE to get released. And they're going to gobble these names up, and it's going to be a WWE, WCW, Monday Night Wars thing. And then you have New Japan Pro Wrestling doing it in Japan, and they're big over there, super huge.
Right.
Ring of Honor does it locally very well, like local shows, not super big. They go around and they do very well. And it's kind of doing the same thing in MMA. You have, well, I'm hoping ONE FC eats up these 125-pound guys. If they eat them up, they keep that division alive, which they have guys over there. And
guys that DJ's already pounded.
Yeah, he's over there now. They're gonna do some kind of tournament, but those guys are good, and the more promotions, the better. So ONE FC, Ryzen, Bellator, UFC. That's 4 promotions that have potential, especially with streaming services. You kind of get them all, and it's still kind of cheaper than getting Comcast cable.
Yeah,
so
specific to what you want to watch, too.
I don't know who you got in this one. I think TJ's going to take this one and become a double champion.
Yeah, hell yeah. I didn't think Henry was going to beat DJ. I'm still shocked.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I think we get our 4th champion. The division closes out in a sad way.
With the whimper.
Yeah.
It's a great way to bring in, again, the whole UFC thing. That's crazy, though.
Dude, I hear there's going to be new belts.
How long? So it was a 5-year deal with Fox then, right? Because they did it with the Cain Velasquez Jr. Dos Santos fight, right? And that was, 2011, 2012?
I don't remember.
Yeah, that was, I
remember how everyone was pissed, though, because we had it at the house.
And it was...
Because how short it was.
No, we went to TM 106 for that one. I remember. We were fucking pissed about that.
We didn't have that at the house?
We went to their place back on fucking Quadro and Johnny and them lived together. I remember. I think Slow Jams went too. Shout out Slow Jams. But no, yeah, regardless, that it was like a 5 or 6 year deal they had with Fox. So fucking flew by. And that, I mean, I think that was big for the sport, being on Big Fox, right? And FS1.
Doesn't get bigger than ESPN, though.
Yeah, I guess not. Guess not. Works for me. I already have it.
Yeah,
I had ESPN Plus, and then they announced that UFC was going to do it. I was like, fuck yes. But again, man, I just hope they stay true, right? And stop booking. Like, I don't want to see a GSP fight anybody, man. Stay retired, GSP. Stop talking shit.
Yeah, I hope so, but, nothing makes sense for him except coming back in...
Was he going to fight Tyron Woodley? I mean...
McGregor?
He said, who does he want to fight? Oh, he wants to fight Khabib. He wants Khabib.
He wants Khabib in a grappling match.
Who wants to see a grappling match, folks? I mean,
not really grappling, but that's what it's going to be. It's going to be a grappling match. Or it'll be an anti-grappling match with GSP just landing the jab and avoiding the takedowns.
Khabib is unlike anything he's ever faced.
In the co-main event, Frankie, your boy Greg Hardy.
My boy Greg Hardy.
Alan
How
Crowder.
is he in a co-main event already? This is crazy. He's 3-0 in the UFC, or is this just professionally?
Because the UFC don't give a fuck.
Yo, Greg Hardy, let us not forget, played for the Panthers. He played for the Cowboys. He was a football player. Then he beat like a woman up, I think, like his wife. Then he did a bunch of other crazy shit. A bunch of crazy shit.
The beating is what... Look, I'm not trying to defend the guy, Frankie.
And now he's fucking fighting MMA, but he's like the right size and build to just be fucking demolishing people. What is he good at? I've never seen him fight. Actually,
good at in fighting?
Yeah, have you seen him fight?
I've seen him fight.
Is he like good at this thing? Like obviously, if he's fucking on the UFC, you know.
So here's what he's got going for him. He's athletic. He's strong. And he's a heavyweight.
You've always say my boy Greg Hardy. And he's athletic.
And by that, I mean the heavyweight part, a lot of the guys are fat, not athletic. He checks those 2 boxes. He's fit and athletic. And he just comes forward and throws his stupid ass hands and connects.
His stupid ass hands.
Like there's almost like no technique behind it.
Swim move. You can't use the swim move in UFC.
Yeah, it's almost brawling, and he's learning. Okay, but the thing is, you see his record. It's 3-0. He was made on the UFC Contender Series. That's who he's had. I think 2 of his fights, if not all 3 of his fights, maybe.
Unfucking real.
And
oh my
he's
God.
making his debut on the same card as Rachel Ostovich, who just got beat by her husband.
Oh yeah, she's a champ for still keep taking this fight. They were saying she might not even have been medically cleared, and she said, "I want the fight."
Yeah, and then the UFC's like, "Okay, we'll still give you the fight." And then we're gonna put Greg Hardy on there. And then guess what? We're gonna put him above you. We're gonna put him
tone deaf as hell,
in
right?
the co-main.
Yeah. Holy shit. I just now put that together. You snapped. Holy shit. Come on, Dana. Come on, guys.
First of all, they were complaining about it, and then
Zuffa.
I can see how the UFC's like, look, fuck you. He's gonna fight and do. Look, I get that, but to put him in the co-main event,
Oh, man.
to be honest, to me, it made more sense to put Rachel Ostovich and Paige Van Zandt in the co-main than those two guys, than Greg Hardy and Alan Crowder.
What the fuck?
Crowder has a great opportunity to silence or to stop this hype train. If he's
Is he going to go down like
if he's
CM Punk?
if he's as big as Greg Hardy and has good jiu-jitsu and some good striking, he could keep it on the outside and just pitter-patter Greg Hardy and get him pissed off. It's just Greg Hardy berserkers people off the bat.
Charges.
Mm-hmm. And he usually hits them hard and they go down. But look at his record. And if you look at the record of the people he's fought, he hasn't fought like... This guy's 9-3.
Against proven heavyweights.
That's not like a crazy ass record, but that's 9-3. That's experience. That's something Greg Hardy needs. Like his athleticism and his strength are only going to get him so far, because there's bigger heavyweights, and there are some and there's bigger heavyweights that are going to have skill sets, and that athleticism is not going to be able to beat those other two attributes combined. When you're able to combine 2 or 3 of those attributes, that's when you become super dangerous. The athleticism, the skill set. I don't know what the third one I said was, but put that third one in there too, and boom.
The size?
Yeah, the size. There you go. So I don't know how big Alan Crowder is, but it's interesting. But I'm kind of like what the fuck, UFC? Don't do this shit.
Why?
Like I'm not saying don't give the guy a job and don't pay him, but don't put him in the fucking co-main event.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I
can understand if he's like 20-0 and he's knocked out every single person.
Because it's the first ESPN event.
Yeah.
Got to draw people in, I guess. People are going to be like, what? Can Greg Hardy fight? Like I am right now. And then they're going to go fucking tune in and want to watch it.
But dude, and then you're like, okay, well, let's see. It's alleged. He never got...
Look at R. Kelly right now.
Yeah, nothing ever happened. Nothing ever got done about it. But then you look at the dude, like you look at him, even after he wins or something, and he looks like he's an evil dude.
Yeah, there's something not there, man.
Yeah, there's something wrong with the dude.
He's a little unstable, I feel like.
Like 100%, dude.
He's a little crazy.
Yeah, and
like the referees need to be on it because
I'm not saying he's gonna kill someone in the ring, but he might. He might not stop hitting them.
I was about to say, I was leading to the same thing. Come on, Herb.
Yeah. And then after that, we got a good one. We got Gregor Gillespie versus Yancy Medeiros. Yancy Medeiros, I think in his last fight, put on a war. He might have gotten beat. The previous one put on a war. Gregor Gillespie is an up-and-coming 12-0 undefeated fighter. I don't know if you know who he is. He's at 170. He's very strong wrestler. Very good at wrestling. And he dominates people at wrestling. And he holds them down there and he beats them up. I wouldn't say like Khabib, because Khabib has his own thing. Khabib's his own animal. This guy's his own thing too. And he was injured for a little bit, so he wasn't fighting, but he recently came back and won both of them impressively. So him versus Yancey's a all right name. After that, we're gonna see Joseph Benavidez and Dustin Ortiz at 135. Benavidez is moving up, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Well, this still says 125, but the Sherdog doesn't update their fucking shit that much. Assholes.
Yeah, he's moving up.
Yeah, I think this is at 135. I don't blame him. The only trouble he had at 125 was DJ, and now the trouble that he has at 125 is the fact that the division's not there. Or not going to be there. So might as well move out to 135. So we'll see how he does there. But I think he beats Dustin Ortiz. I think Dustin Ortiz's striking isn't as good as Benavidez, but I think Benavidez is going to be able to stop Dustin Ortiz's takedowns. Dustin Ortiz reminds me of a Koscheck, not just because of the curly hair, but in the style as well. In the wrestling/boxer, heavy-handed guy.
Shout out Josh Koscheck.
I think Benavidez will be able to stop that. Benavidez's skill set is well more rounded. And I don't know why I want to say he has more experience. I guess I want to say he's more experienced fighting better guys. Then the match after that, we got Paige Van Zant versus Rachel Ostovich. Dude. I don't know who I'd want to pick if you let me fuck either one of them.
Not what I was expecting.
It's hard, man. They're fucking hot as shit. And they're like completely different.
Man, I can't believe she took that fight though. That's impressive, man.
Oh, Rachel?
Yeah, way to love what you do and take this shit serious.
I guess just during her training.
She really wants
She didn't
Paige.
get hit in the face. And look, just to be clear, guys, none of these girls would ever fucking bat an eye towards me. They'd never let. I'm just saying, if I ever got the opportunity and they were in a lineup and they're like, you can fuck whichever one you want.
Just a theoretical question, guys.
Yeah, I don't know who I'd pick. Because Rachel Ostovich has got a set of tits and ass on her. Paige Van Zandt is pretty hot herself. She might not have. Well, she just got her tits done. Van Zandt did.
You know this?
Oh, 100%. She put it out there.
And then
She went from having regular tits to having nice little big old tits. Not that I was hating before, but, you know.
she's gonna be the next one to go to WWE.
Yeah, she wants to go to WWE. And well, she's talked about it, how she can. She probably could. I don't know how soon, though. They both need this win. Van Zandt is coming off of a loss. She broke her hand. Forgot to... in what fight? She broke her forearm and wasn't able to come out with the victory. Oh, against Jessica Rose Clark, and then Watterson beat her by submission the fight before that. So it's been a little tough for her. So 12 gauge needs the victory. I think Rachel won her last fight by armbar. She needs to win because... oh, she lost her last fight by rear naked choke. The one before that was the armbar. Quick armbar. Montana de la Rosa. Damn.
Tough season finale.
Yeah. I don't know what that was for. To tell you the truth, I don't know who to pick in this one. I could usually pick someone. Like, I'll lean toward one way or another. I don't know.
4-4.
7-4. I think Van Zandt takes it. I'd probably lean towards Van Zandt. If I had a pick to win the fight. Not to bang. That one I just close my eyes and choose a name out of a hat. That wouldn't matter. Glover Teixeira versus Ian Cutelaba. Dude, this card is fucking stacked.
Cowboy.
Up to this point, and it's still going.
Yeah.
Like, it hasn't stopped.
Cowboy versus Alexander Hernandez.
We're definitely doing a fight companion for this one. Who should I invite for this one, Frankie?
Nobody.
Oh,
crazy.
damn, that's it.
Not crazy.
Frankie, that's it.
That's it. We'll hit up Toucan.
Toucan Samuel. Glover Teixeira,
Maybe.
Cutelaba. Dude, I want to see where Teixeira is. He's had a tough time in his previous 2 fights. And his age a factor now. He's 39.
Lasting image of him will be him getting demolished by Gustafsson.
Mm-hmm. That was 2 fights ago. Last fight he lost to Corey Anderson. And
In between, he beat Misha Serkinov.
yeah. And then before that, he got uppercutted to hell by Gustafsson.
It's a hell in bag.
Yeah. I don't know. Cuitelaba's a youngin'. Got a lot of knockouts, but not a lot of names. Not a lot of names. Like I said, I want to see where Teixeira is. Has age gotten to him? Is age going to be a factor in this one? Or is he going to be able to get back on track? I'm rooting for Glover. I don't know, though. I'm rooting for Glover, though.
I don't know, though.
The fight after that, Donald Cerrone versus Alexander Hernandez. So they were talking about Cerrone versus Conor. That, I guess, fell through. Conor didn't want that
Cowboy
fight.
just fought not too long ago, right?
Yeah, he won, though, all crazy. Forgot. He beat Mike Batty by armbar. Remember, he broke Mike Perry's arm.
Yeah.
Right away, Mike Perry, they would go strike.
Platinum Mike. Yeah.
Platinum Mike went for the takedown, and then this guy's like, all right, you want to go for this fucking grappling shit?
Okay.
Let's break your arm. Broke his arm. So Donald, quick turnaround, wanted Conor. Conor, I guess, didn't want it, so Donald, being Donald, is like, fuck it, I'll just fight. And he's fighting Alexander Hernandez. Alexander Hernandez looks scary. He doesn't look that intimidating, but he's a very good fighter, and he's able to put it on people.
10-1.
Yeah, he's 10-1. His only loss is to Jamal Emmers by split decision in Hero FC Pride of the Valley 2. Back in 2013, he beat Olivier Aubin Mercier back in July.
A lot of French there.
Too much French, if you ask me.
He beat Dariush.
Yeah, he's beaten Dariush by knockout in 42 seconds. Yeah, he's gotten some good knockouts. Actually, Dariush was his debut in the UFC.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Come
so
on,
this
Neil.
is going to be his third fight. Belil won his last fight. He was on a little bit of a...
But, losing to Edson Barbosa.
Yeah. That Thiago Moises one was... It was a win-win, but he kind of just dominated the grappling and then...
On the card of on the fight of the year right there. The fucking Pantera fight.
Oh, yeah.
Korean Zombie. What a fight.
This one's tough. I don't think Cerrone's done it all. I don't think anyone's saying that.
No.
But he's the older guy versus the super young and up-and-comer Alexander Hernandez. And Hernandez has looked very impressive, but...
It's a good chance for him.
Yeah, it's a good chance for him, but I think it's a big step up in competition, and I'm not saying he can't do it, but he does not have a lot of names on his resume. This would be a huge fish on his fucking list.
The first big one.
So we'll see. I'm rooting for Donald. I like Donald, but get at him, kid. Donald loves a fight. It's going to be a good one. Ariane Lipski versus Joanne Calderwood. Lipski looks hot as shit.
The Violence Queen. That's her nickname.
Yeah, let me get a better picture, because that picture,
Ariane.
she looks pretty hot there.
She's from Curitiba, Brazil. Brazil.
Because I love me Calderwood because of her accent. And she's a badass fighter.
Violence Queen.
Holy shit. That one where she's flexing, she doesn't look good, all right? That one, she looks pretty hot there. This one, not so much, because she looks jacked as fuck. Looks like she'll rip your dick off. But look at her there.
That's after all the weight loss.
See, I'm not...
Man.
She's just jacked as
Look
fuck.
at those pythons.
Yeah, not there. Yeah, I don't like these ones where she looks like Hulk Hogan. And the arms, it looks like she's got a fucking beautiful face and like some tits, but then like the arms and shoulders of Hulk Hogan. It's like,
Brazil.
Look at her there. She doesn't look that bad there. Just don't flex.
You have to remember, they just lost all that weight, right? So.
Yeah, they are super cut up.
Ridiculously, unnaturally cut.
Yeah, she's kind of not that bad looking. Is that her? It's not her.
Probably her.
It could be.
Braces. Back before she started getting hit in the face, maybe. No, maybe not.
That's probably her. She's not bad at all. But I like me some Calderwood. But after seeing some pictures, I kind of want to go neutral.
Terrible.
I'm going to go with my girl, JoJo. I love me, Joanne. She's worked on her ground game, and her striking's pretty good. And her accent, I love it.
I love it.
Makes my cock hard.
That's about it, though. Everything else on this card, though... Before that...
What, you're hitting on Lineker,
Oh,
bro?
Lineker. I didn't see John Lineker there.
Alonso Menefield? I don't know who that is. He might have been in the Contender Series, but he's undefeated. Versus Vinicius Alves Moreira? I don't know who those are.
Vinicius Alves Moreira.
Definitely Brazilian. Definitely. John Lineker versus Corey Sandhagen. Sandhagen stepping in for an injured Dominic Cruz, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Joseph Benavidez versus T. Edwards. T. Edwards up and coming, 6-2 versus very good Dennis Bermudez. Sorry, Bermudez. Who was the last fight? Damn. Oh fuck.
He's lost 4 in a row.
Yeah.
He said, "Oh fuck."
All right. Well,
that was an awesome reaction.
Good luck,
He
Bermudez.
said, "Oh fuck."
Yeah, well, like it opened up and I scrolled down a little bit and it's like lost.
He
I'm
hasn't
like,
fought since July, I guess, to shake it off.
I don't even see it to who, but pick it up, bro. Belil Muhammad, that guy's from Chicago, versus Jeff Neal. Belil's pretty good. He'll put it on you, dude. His striking isn't bad, and he's got good ground control. Let's see what Jeff Neal has. Randy Brown versus Chance Rencontre.
Rencontre.
I'm going with Randy Brown. I think Randy Brown is the guy that beat Mickey Gall. Yeah. He beat Mickey Gall, but then lost to Nico Price. I remember that. Nico... Oh, shit. This one was kind of weird. So... I forgot that Nico knocked him out from, like almost an armbar position. He was the one almost applying the armbar, and he was hitting him from the bottom, and he knocked out Randy Brown.
Oh,
He like locked him against the cage and like was hammer fisting him from the bottom, and knocked out.
Oh shit!
Knocked him out.
Embarrassing.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. But put him out.
If it works.
Yeah, I'm rooting for Randy Brown just because he beat Mickey Gall. I like Mickey Gall, not because of that, but just because I know who he is.
Because he beat CM Punk.
Yeah, and this other guy's fucking name is Chance. Like, what the fuck kind of shit is that? So, fuck that guy.
The Black Eagle.
Damn, he beat Belil, though. Chance did. He beat Belil in his last fight. He's facing Randy Brown next. Alright, that's going to round out the card. I'm going to let these guys go. I want to thank you for joining me today, Frankie. Took you away from probably banging your girlfriend. Or possibly
The
you...
ASAP Rocky show.
Yeah, oh yeah. Took you away from your ASAP Rocky show that you were going to go to. Sorry about that. I want to apologize to the rest of the crew for taking Frankie away and not allowing him to go. But we scheduled this weeks ago. Psych.
Too much. Oh shit! It's always a pleasure. Be sure to check in for that. We should be getting definitely some worthy fights for that card. ESPN Plus, the first UFC card on ESPN.
I'll hit up Toucan.
The 19th.
He should be down. If you guys don't have a show, he might though for Rise. So go ahead and check out the rewrites.
I don't think Rye has any shows till February.
Okay.
They got 2 shows in February, but I could be wrong.
Go ahead and check out the rewrites on Facebook, Twitter.
Yeah, Facebook and Twitter, the Rewrites crew. Check us out in Berwyn on the 24th at Wire. Hit us up. We out there. Look out for that new shit. It's coming.
Check out the Red Ribbon Army. Check out the RR Reader, which is the same thing. I bet you'll find that on the Red Ribbon Army. Look out for January 17th. There is the whatchamacallit.
It's a hip hop showcase.
Yeah, the Red Alert, the Red Ribbons Army first official hip hop showcase featuring Louis Mendez, our friend.
Yeah, check
Louis
it out.
Mendez.
Great local talents there on display.
Mm-hmm. Quadro's not going to be performing himself. I don't know why. I would go ahead and ask him anywhere at the Red Ribbon Army. Bet you he won't tell you, but, I don't know why. Go ahead and ask him. He won't tell me. But he should be performing. It would be a great place to showcase his skills and get his music out there, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Who am I?
Yeah. Maybe I'm just wrong.
Oh, shit.
But yeah. Go ahead and check them out the 17th. And subscribe to that for any upcoming events, because he's going to have a bunch of events coming up. So check that out. Check out the rewrites. And I'll see you guys next time. I don't know when. Probably next week. Yeah. Fight Companions not till.
Thanks for checking us out again. Shout out Ivan. Thanks for tuning in, dude.
Yeah, I wonder what he's doing. He's probably jacking it.
At least.
Probably something like that. All right, Frankie. I'll see you next time. Thanks a lot, Ever, for joining me. I love you, cocksuckers.
Oh, man. I gotta take a piss. Oh.